in Dallas, Texas. So follow us and listen today.
Get you. This has been the more popular elevator today. We don't know if that's going to happen now. Oh, now look, it's the other. Stevie Ray Vaughan man walked this exact sidewalk right here
With his guitar strapped on his back or clutched in his little hand.
He's probably running, chasing behind his older brother. Wait for me, wait for me.
Right here, this was his childhood home. 2557.
Yep, this is where him and Jimmy learned how to play guitar.
Yeah. 1972. They lived here until 1972. And they said that Jimmy started playing first, and then Stevie started and kind of outshined Jimmy.
He was the older brother.
Jimmy was.
Jimmy was born in 1951, and Stevie was born in 1954.
There's a dog that lives there now talking to us.
That dog's barking at us. He's like, yes, Stevie Ray Vaughan, he's not here anymore.
But you could just picture him walking out that front door with his guitar clutched
across his back
and walking down that sidewalk, just exuding rock star charisma everywhere he went.
He was just going to go down there and sit on the corner and open up his guitar box and just play away. Somebody come by and throw a nickel in.
They said that he used to also use parts of his, he would graft parts of his skin onto his fingertips and use baking powder and super glue because he would play so hard.
So much that his fingertips would just melt away. But Leah and I saw one of his guitars at I don't remember where it was.
It was at Hard Rock Cafe in Chicago.
But on the neck where the frets, they were so beveled.
They were like this. So whenever he played, he mashed on those strings.
So you can tell just about anybody. Like a lot of the great guitar greats, as soon as you hear them playing, you know exactly who it is. And Stevie Ray Vaughan is definitely one of those people because he just bent and just you could tell he was pushing that guitar to its limits, almost to the point of almost breaking it. It just even behind his back and everything.
Life to the last drop, right? So this Stevie Ray Vaughan Park opened in 2023. And this was painted by a local muralist. His last name was Hunter. Steve Hunter? Yeah. He did a great job. Look at the hat.
I love the hat.
That's awesome. Okay, so they have a little timeline here. Stephen Ray Vaughan, born at Methodist Hospital, Dallas, on October 3rd, 1954. So he was 2 years younger than my mama. Stevie's famous #1 guitar. I bet those frets were beveled.
And you know what?
Stevie with older brother Jimmy playing their first ever guitars. What?
Whenever we were looking up information about Stevie Ray Vaughan, one of the most asked questions is, what does SRV stand for? Are you kidding me?
Super Rock Virtuoso. And then there's the home we just went to, Stevie's family home in Oak Cliff. And it looks just like that.
Yep.
I can still hear the dog barking. And then Charlie, a gift from Charlie Wirtz of Charlie's Guitar Shop in Dallas.
Dang, so he was already good enough to be gifted guitars from guitar shops.
That's pretty cool. And this
Hill Jubilee in 1965.
Stevie's first gig, which we're in Cockrell Hill right now. And they've turned this into a place where you can come in and listen to live music, which is awesome. Lenny.
By his his wife had a pawn shop for $350. So
His wife's name was Lenny. Bought by his wife.
This guitar.
I know, but bought by his wife, Lenny.
Oh.
He named it after his wife, I guess.
Yeah, and he named that one after the person that gave him that one.
Does it make sense? Makes sense.
And then this is his first official band, Blackbird.
Blackbird. Let's walk on around here and see what we can see. Ah, and it continues. The Vaughan brothers, 1978, the year that I was born.
That's his guitar, Red.
Yeah. And then that's a beautiful picture of him.
It is. That's Stevie Ray Vaughan.
1954 to 1990.
Unfortunately, he passed away in a helicopter crash somewhere in Wisconsin. I can't remember where it was in Wisconsin in 1990.
Debris from the crash was scattered over a 200-foot area. The helicopter apparently did not get far. The crash was less than 1 mile from where it took off near the Alpine Valley Theater around 12:30 this morning. Its destination, Chicago. At 5 o'clock this morning, the Jet Ranger helicopter was reported missing. 2 hours later, the wreckage was found. So were 5 bodies.
They were separated from the wreckage somewhat. Some bodies were with the wreckage, some were scattered up the hill.
National Transportation and Safety Board investigators were called to the scene.
We've got evidence of a high-energy impact at a relatively shallow angle.
Officials say there is no evidence of fire or explosion, but the chopper did not fall from the sky. Instead, they say it apparently just hit the side of the slope. Fans say the fog was thick.
Everything below like telephone pole height was just pea soup. You know, you couldn't see more than 20, 30 feet.
If you're a music fan, a crash like this is really a terrific blow to the entire music industry.
It might be around the other way, but...
There's the Jimmy Vaughan stage.
Oh. I wonder if he's been... I bet he's been here. I bet he was here when they dedicated this. And on the other side of that, it says Stevie Ray Vaughan on that brick. So, Jimmy Vaughan stage. It's right here at a roundabout. It's a pretty busy area. Out here it says Stevie Ray Vaughan Park. It says Stevie Ray Vaughan Park.
It says Jimmy Vaughan stage on this side too.
Jimmy Vaughan stage and the Stevie Ray Vaughan.
And then there was Stevie. You'll know me when you hear me. Whether he knew it or not, his final words sent me on a mission. Kind of winked at me, went on stage and started to play, and he said, make sure you do the encore. Eric and everybody agreed that I could shoot that night. They had sent all the other photographers home. So Alpine Valley, Wisconsin, August 26, 1990, I was the only photographer there. 50,000 people. Got in the car, went back to the hotel. I woke up at 9 in the morning and I heard this horrible news that someone had died in a helicopter crash. Suddenly my phone started ringing. And it was publicists and Rolling Stone magazine and all these people saying, look, we have to have these photos. These are the last pictures of Stevie Ray alive. And it suddenly dawned on me that I had done a rather historic group of photos. And everybody was clamoring for the photos and I wouldn't let them out. And so for 2 years, I didn't allow anybody to see these photos. I couldn't exploit the misfortune of a friend. I walked into the helicopter and Stevie said to me, Robert, if anything ever happens to me, you'll know me when you hear me. I think what he meant was that someday I would find that gift in someone else.
his parents were married January 13th, 1950. And then the next year, his brother Jimmy was born, and 4 years later, Stevie Ray Vaughan himself was born.
It's nice that they have a little plot right here in the middle.
They're saying,
Stevie Ray's grave is, somebody wrote on it.
wrote on it?
SRV. Maybe those came off. Maybe it was on there and maybe somebody pried those letters off.
I bet that's what happened.
Thank you for all the love you passed our way.
That's right.
October 3rd, 1954. August 27th, 1990. Stevie Ray Vaughan. Look at all the little guitar picks left here.
Look, somebody left a beer bottle there. It was and it was taken because that's like glue. Let me go back and look at our pictures and see. Yeah, people left their picks there. Talk about a legendary guitar player. This was it. He was one of the biggest reasons the blues got revitalized in the 1980s.
You're right about that. He was one of a kind. I mean, I don't know. Hang on a second, let me freeze. If y'all haven't seen the documentary called Rock Prophecies, it's a documentary about rock. He wasn't a journalist, he was a photographer, and his name was Robert Knight, and he was friends with Stevie Ray Vaughan and actually was there the last concert and took photos. He was the only one that took photos of that concert. And he said the last thing Stevie said to him was, "You'll know me when you hear me." And then he passed away, and Robert refused to sell those pictures to anybody. He had integrity. He does. He's held on to them.
He's shown them to people, but he won't sell them.
Yeah. And people wanted to pay big money for it. And his mom was at a nursing home, and he really did need the money to help keep her safe and in a good place, but he wasn't going to betray his friend. Yeah, August 26, 1990. It's his last show, East Troy, Wisconsin. He performed, he was the opener for Eric Clapton. Alongside Buddy Guy, Robert Cray, and Jimmy Vaughan.
Stevie Ray Vaughan got off the stage and walked past Eric Clapton and was like, "Follow that, buddy."
The concert was described as one of the best, with Jimmy Vaughan stating Stevie just smoked it. It was one of those gigs where you see someone play and you can't believe what you're hearing. That's crazy. In the early hours of August 27th, Vaughan died in a helicopter crash shortly after taking off from the venue. The concert was a culmination of a successful tour and a personal high point for Vaughan, who celebrated 4 years of sobriety. So the pilot of the helicopter, others on board the pilot was Jeff Brown and Stevie Ray Vaughan's agent Bobby Brooks and his bodyguard Nigel Brown and tour manager Colin Smith. They all died. The helicopter company was Chicago-based. They said that the 5 men died instantaneously. The toxicology said there was no drugs or alcohol found in any of their systems. And he was laid to rest here on August 31st, 1990. 3,000 mourners joined a procession. ZZ Top, Jeff Healey, Charlie Sexton, Colin James, Stevie Wonder, Bonnie Raitt, Buddy Guy. So, I mean, it was just full of people that respected him and came to be here to pay their last respects to him. reportedly Stevie's brother Jimmy was so devastated by this that he almost quit playing guitar.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, I'm sure he was like Dave when that happened to Kurt. Every time he heard any guitar lick, it probably broke his heart.
Yeah. Stevie's legacy. I mean, he influenced people: John Mayer, Kenny Wayne Shepherd, Mike McCready, Albert Cummings, Los Lonely Boys. I remember Kenny Wayne Shepherd said that his dad like worked backstage, or I don't know if he was a manager or a roadie or what, but Kenny Wayne Shepherd, when he was a kid, would sit on like one of the amps and watch Stevie Ray play on the stage.
Stevie Ray Vaughan was one of the first celebrity or musicians deaths that I remember.
You were 10 years old, yeah. It said after his death, Vaughan sold 5.5 million albums in the United States. And September 25th, 1990, Epic released Family Style, an LP that the Vaughan brothers cut in Memphis, Tennessee. On October 29th, 1999, The Sky is Crying was released as Vaughan's first posthumous album with Double Trouble, featuring studio recordings from 84 and 85. And I can definitely say he lived his life to the last drop. Thanks for following us on this little sad adventure, but celebrating the life of Stevie Ray Vaughan.
One of the most legendary, most influential blues guitarists ever to pick a string.
That's true. Well, Lynn, what do you think our viewers should do?
If you liked this video, hit the like button. And don't forget to subscribe to Atomic Hive. We put these videos out every weekend. And if you hit that notification bell, you'll be notified of those videos.
That's right. So until then,
Stay groovy.
keep taking care of business.
TCB.